Hey everyone, Muir here. We've got some news for inZOI. They have recently released a frequently asked questions document over on their public Discord, as well as a new Kjun's concerns. So let's get into both, starting with the frequently asked questions. The first question is, when will the game be released? They have told us that inZOI will be released in early access on the 28th of March 2025. The game will be released on PC over on Steam and will later be released on consoles like PS5 and Xbox. The required specs for the game are pretty beefy. Minimum specs are a 64-bit processor and operating system, Windows 10 or 11, an Intel i5-10400 or an AMD Ryzen 3600, 12 gig of RAM, an NVIDIA RTX 2060 with 8 gigs of VRAM, or an AMD Radeon RX 5600 XT, version 12 of DirectX, broadband, and at least 60 gig of available hard drive space. Their recommended specs is 64-bit processor and operating system, Windows 10 and 11, an Intel i7-12700 processor or an AMD Ryzen 5800 processor, 16 gigs of RAM. The graphics card that they recommend is an NVIDIA RTX 3070 with 8 gigs of virtual RAM, or an AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT, version 12 of DirectX, broadband, and at least 75 gigs of available space. They want to let everyone know that any website promising to allow you to play inZOI is a scam and should be avoided at all cost. The game is not publicly available anywhere, and they say that they will not be responsible for any damages that's caused to your computer by you downloading these fake versions of inZOI. The confirmed currency in the game is called Meow. There's a lot of cats that you might see in the game when it is released, and you've seen loads of cats in the trailers as well. And the names of the cats are Psycat, who is your supervisor at AR Company, and another important cat is named Cupid, and he also works at AR Company and has a not-so-secret crush on Psycat. Another frequently asked question is, what is Canvas? And they have responded, when you create ZOIs and build houses in inZOI, you can upload them to Canvas to share your creation with other players. You can download uploaded characters and houses to use in your gameplay. They want everyone to know that cars will be available with an auto drive and manual driving option in the game. And there's also public transit in the form of a bus system in Bliss Bay and the metro system in Doan. Moving on to different job options that are available or will be available in inZOI. They say that each city has a different career or job options. In Doan, currently available careers are firefighter, K-pop trainee, K-pop entertainment employee, convenience store worker, and deli worker. In Bliss Bay, the current professions are amusement park worker, furniture store employee, surf shop worker, fast food restaurant employee. To control your ZOIs in the game, you'll be able to use WASD on your keyboard with the option to point and click to go to specific spots to move your ZOI as well. inZOI will have same-sex marriage and romance, which is awesome. And different cities or areas that they have planned for the game include Doan, which is a city based on urban South Korea, Bliss Bay, which is a city based on the beachside United States, and Cahaya, which is inspired by Indonesian vacation resorts. inZOI currently supports 13 languages for early access, which are English, Korean, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Russian, Japanese, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, Brazilian Portuguese, Portugal Portuguese, and Polish. They are currently considering various multiplayer features, such as the ability to meet up with other online players or invite them over to your ZOI's home, but specific details have not been decided yet. The price is currently undecided, but the game will be a one-time purchase. No other platforms are currently planned outside of Steam at the time of early access, but they might develop the game for other platforms at a later date, such as Xbox and PS5, as they've mentioned previously. They are considering ways to implement modding and custom content to make them convenient for creators, which is awesome. And the game's age rating is currently, for the EU, PEGI 12+. For North America, ESRB rating is Teen 13+. The Brazilian rating is 12+, and ratings for Korea and Taiwan are currently 15+, and in Russia, it's 18+. Moving over to Kjun's concerns, which isn't really a weekly update on inZOI, but rather Kjun has decided to use this newest Kjun's concerns to post something, he says, which he believes is just as valuable as an update on the game. And he says about 3 weeks ago, he shared a personal concern, how to express his appreciation for the hard-working development team. He says, "While I truly appreciated all of your wonderful suggestions, one idea stood out to me. Relaying the voices of our community to our developers so they can truly see how much their work means to you all." He says that it's always humbling to receive supportive messages from everyone as I communicate through Kjun's concerns, so when I saw this particular suggestion, I knew it was the perfect way to show our team just how much they're appreciated. And then he goes on to say that developing inZOI has not been easy, and every day their team spends tackling unexpected issues while striving to maintain stability in the unpredictable world of life simulation. And he says that creating a life simulation game is one of the greatest challenges that one can take in game development. Then he says, "Instead of asking for your ideas on a specific topic, I want to ask those of you who are willing to write your heartfelt personal message to our developers. Share what inZOI means to you, whether as a life simulation player or a gamer in general, and anything else you want to tell them." He says, "With 6 weeks left until we showcase the game to the world, I can't wait to see all of your messages and to witness how our members will react to them." I'm gonna invite you all here to say in the comments, what words of encouragement would you like to give to inZOI's developer team? And I will take all of your comments over to the inZOI Discord and leave them over there as well, so that all of the developer team will be able to see your kind words. And that is it for the inZOI news for this week. They are very much hard at work trying to get the game as much completed as they can for the early access release, which, as I've said previously, is in March of this year, and I personally am so looking forward to it. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.